Three Tshwane police officers have been killed in a head-on collision with a suspected drunk driver on the N4 between Trans-Orange Road and Rebecca Street in Pretoria. The accident happened after a high-speed chase involving a car they had tried to stop. The officers called for backup but died when the chase ended in a collision. For more on the story, I'm joined on the line by Mahamba from the Tshwane Metro Police Department. A very good morning to you, Mr. Mahamba. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you indeed confirm that three officers died while on duty?
Good morning, Kia, and to your viewers as well. Yes, certainly we can confirm that three of our members this morning around 2 a.m. have passed away at the street name SN4 between Trans-Orange just before Rebecca Street. What happened is that, as you correctly mentioned, they were chasing a vehicle who was driving recklessly from the CBD, and the direction that the vehicle was heading to, it was westerly direction towards Thswane. And the other team or other members, or the three members that were involved in this particular accident, they tried to assist those who were chasing from the CBD. And unfortunately, the driver or the suspect came driving, facing oncoming traffic, and he collided head-on with our members. And as you indicated, that three of them, unfortunately, they passed on at the scene. And from the suspect vehicle, the suspect as well, the driver, passed on, and he was driving along with a female passenger, and the female passenger was rushed to the nearest hospital.
And are you in a position to disclose the names of the members of the Metro Police that actually lost their lives this morning?
Unfortunately, at this stage, we cannot reveal the identities. We are busy with the process. We are heading to the families just to inform them properly. And after we're done with that process, we'll be able to reveal or reveal their identities on a later stage. But now we are still heading to the families. We are doing that. We're still busy with that process. We don't want our family members to be, made aware via media or via some other colleagues. As a management of the TMTV, we want to make sure that we go to their families and inform them formally. So as soon as we are done that process, that's when we'll be able to release their identity.
Now, you mentioned that this happened in the early hours of the morning, so clearly the person who was being pursued by the Metro officers was actually driving not only recklessly, but within the curfew times when they weren't supposed to have been on the road.
He was not supposed to be on the road. That's what we are shocked about. And what we found in this vehicle, we found alcohol. So that shows that, there are some people who are still driving, suspecting to be under the influence of liquor. And, we don't understand why that person was around that time, around 1, 2 a.m. on the road. What was he doing then? So that's what we are still going to establish. The lady who was with the driver is still alive. We will just question her just for further information, and we'll be able to take it from there. But we are able to disclose that the case of criminal homicide has been opened and being investigated further by the police.
And just lastly, would you like to take this opportunity to just address the viewers and just encourage them to stick to the curfew times and not to get involved in driving under the influence of whether alcohol or any other form of drugs?
Definitely, we are going to continue conduct our roadblocks entirely in the city, and we're going to intensify our operations in moving into the taverns or all the places of entertainment in Thswane. Because what we have established is that most of the people, or during this weekend alone, we picked up that the number of accidents, they went up in the other cities, in the other areas of the city as well. For instance, in Soshanguve, Hamaskran, in the same area whereby our members were killed a day before, we had a pedestrian who was killed on the very same spot. So it shows that, people are driving recklessly on our roads, and what we are worried about in most of those accidents, alcohol is involved.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Mr. Mahamba of the Tshwane Metro Police Department, just confirming the loss of three officers this morning while they were trying to enforce the rules of the law.